I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, ladies and germs, to another thrilling and bombastic episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Hell yeah.
Can we just go back for a second? Bombastic? What are we like? You trying to like word of the month us every time we start now?
I'm thinking about it. I was actually thinking about doing more like a Pee Wee Herman thing.
Ugh.
And then I would say like an
touching yourself in a movie theater? Or?
No. The other stuff that he
okay.
did.
Okay.
Use an adjective to describe our show and then secretly, randomly say it later in the show and then just freak out. Ah, you said the secret word. I think that would give some life to the show. You know, I think that might be the spark we need. Who knows? When in doubt, follow the Pee Wee Herman formula.
Yeah.
And don't masturbate in movie theaters. Or, well, it was a triple X theater. Let's give him some credit. It's not like he was like watching Shrek, and I mean, who didn't masturbate a little bit watching Shrek, you know? But
Right.
Shrek is love. Who are our Patreons, good sir?
Yeah. We got Keanu Reeves, Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, None Your Business, Colby Squared, Jade Marsh, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, and then Uncle Steve is gone, so is Alec Ricks, and then
Yeah.
we're dwindling.
Colton?
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about well, he's still not on the list. So, like
Yeah.
I have to like actively think that So-
Takes effort.
Colton, fucking copy machine noise. There we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Kylie, we're still waiting on you to come back. We love you. Come back to us, please. we're not desperate, but come back. We need everybody. We need everybody to come back.
We need everyone.
Fucking all hands on deck, dude. Yeah, if you want to be one of those beautiful people that we thank every week, you can go to our Linktree, and that'll give you access to all the things for the Patreon, and then you can find everywhere that this podcast is too. So make sure you do that. What's new with you? Anything cool?
Emmett got his red stripe in Taekwondo.
Oh hell yeah, he's fucking everybody up.
I don't even know what that means, to be fair.
Is it just a stripe or is it a whole belt?
So no, it's just a stripe. Like, and I have the picture saved because I was like, I figured you'd be like, well, how many stripes are there? And this is his like this is his like fifth stripe.
Okay.
So yellow, blue, orange, blue, and then he got red recently.
So is he about to like jump belt colors then? Like
I'm not sure. Like I don't know. Like I don't think so. His grandmother takes him to all of his lessons or whatever, and she's always sending me videos. But he doesn't obviously understand what's going on exactly as far as like when
people up.
He's just like, yeah, like I'm here to do ninja moves.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And
He's like, I'm a real life Power Ranger.
Yeah, he's just like Levi.
Yeah.
Levi Weston. For those of you who are unaware, is it the current season or the current-ish season of Power Rangers that he's on? Or the last one.
But it's all it is the show doesn't run anymore. It's
Oh,
Power
really?
Rangers. Yeah, it's Power Rangers Ninja Steel.
Okay, so there's a character, Levi Weston, who is green? Or
He's the Gold Ranger.
Gold Ranger. I knew it started with a G. He's a Gold Ranger, and his name is Levi Weston. And so, like, every now and then when Shane would be talking to Emmett on the phone, he'd be like, I'm talking to Levi. And he'd be like, oh, Levi Weston? And he's like, yep, that's right. So I became like this weird, like, Santa Claus type figure where it's like not technically real, but he was on the phone with me, or like talking to me while he was talking to him. It was pretty funny.
He used to get super excited about it.
Yeah, like that's the closest to being famous I've ever been. Well, not true. I used to, kind of random, but I used to wear legit licensed cartoon mascots when I was younger. My mom worked at this cable company, and in my hometown we did this thing called Kids Explore, which was like it was like an expo for all the businesses around town.
Yeah.
And they brought booths that had like games and shit for kids to do to get basically it's like advertisement for these companies, but the cable company would be advertising, and one of their polls was they could get licensed mascots from these cartoon networks,
Yeah.
like the Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and so I got to be Arnold from Hey Arnold, SpongeBob, uh, Scooby Doo, and Jimmy Neutron. Um, I can't remember who else, but yeah, that was like I got to be in the costume and like got to go up on the stage and like do the Macarena or like whatever, and like just kind of walk around this because it's in a hockey arena, little hockey
Yeah.
arena, and I'd like just walk around and try to get people to come to the booth for their company, and it was pretty fun. And of course, I was doing it like, fifth grade, sixth grade, and so like I remember I was Scooby Doo was the last one I did, and so I was the oldest when I did Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
and all these chicks were coming over and giving me big hugs and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm
You're
taking this
petting
baby
her.
home.
You're
Let's
petting in the
go.
wrong place.
Ayo. That's like such a random thing that I did that I like. It's kind of like weird to think about. Like it's such an obscure thing for a child to do, but it was fun. It's hot as fuck though, because it was always in the summer when we did it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so like, granted, we're in like an air conditioned building, but still, like, I'm in a full suit. The hottest
Yeah.
one was for sure the SpongeBob one, because it was like this box. It was just like a fucking box that you slid into, and then there was cranks for the arms,
Oh shit.
and there was supposed to be a fan, but the fan just didn't work for whatever reason. So it's like basically just a locker that I was in, and just like, so and it was awkward. Like I couldn't really move that well around stuff. Like I had to stay on the main floor because, there's a big box like around me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a nostalgia moment.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the nostalgia minute with Levi. All right. So, are you ready for today's this week's awesomeness?
Are you trying to make me cry like all episode long again or what?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well then, yeah, I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be then.
All right, cool. So, you know how people have been complaining about the vaccine, and one of their main issues is they rushed it. It's not FDA approved.
Yes.
So I don't want to take it. Well, Pfizer has been granted full FDA approval, so get ready for the goalpost moving, and whatever else people are going to be like, nope, fuck it, still don't want it. So I didn't even get the Pfizer. I got the Moderna, but the Pfizer's the one that people are like, I don't know if I want that one. So it'll be interesting to see how people handle this. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of goalpost moving. And I couldn't find anything on how close the Moderna one is to getting FDA approval, but I'm assuming because I feel like Pfizer was the first to get emergency approval, or maybe Johnson and Johnson was, but that one's had a lot of issues, so they're kind of like, meh. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. In related news, Fox News. As you might be aware, Fox News is one of the bigger people who have been talking mad shit on businesses and other things, kind of like either mandating or asking people to disclose their vaccination status. And a lot of Fox News pundits are like, hey man, they don't need to know, it's not your business, which is true. But Fox News came out and said that they're mandating that employees disclose their vaccination status. So that's kind of funny. The Fox News media chief, Suzanne Scott, said that the company has asked all employees, whether on site as part of our essential workforce or working remotely, to upload their vaccination status no later than, well, it was the 17th. So that's a little funny because it's like, a little hypocritical, you know? Like, they're like, do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. So yeah, that's what Fox News is doing. Like, so it's kind of funny because like people are looking at their like differences between what their internal policies are versus what their spokespeople are putting out, and I find that entertaining.
Yeah, it is weird that that somebody who's been in the forefront of like really leading that like new like right hand charge of how the vaccine can't be trusted, even though those are the same people who were like screaming once we get vaccinated the country go back to normal, but those same people now are like, I'm not getting vaccinated.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a friend, and we're not even really friends anymore. I have a Facebook friend.
Okay.
In high school, he was like one of the most chill, laid back people ever, and now this dude is like constantly posting just like crazy shit. Like he recently just posted like 2 days ago. He's like, all you people who got the vaccine, all the lab rats that it was tested on died immediately. So you're gonna die within the next year. You're all gonna be dead. So enjoy your gene therapy. I was like, what are you like?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What happened? Who hurt you?
That's one of those things that people keep like going to is like, I've talked to people at work and shit, and they're like, yeah, fucking non-vaccinated people's sperm is gonna be worth a lot of money. It's like, how? Like, what? How does that even make sense? Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's just so dumb. And the funniest part about it is, last year before Biden got elected, they were like, oh yeah, this Trump administration, they're doing their best to pump out this vaccine as quick as can. Trump claimed credit for the vaccines coming out because they weren't being like distributed by before he lost, but they were in like their final trials before human trials. They were in their final stage of human trials while he was still in office.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like everybody's like, oh yeah, Trump, he's got this vaccine coming out, and then the second he lost, they're like, fucking not taking that goddamn liberal vaccine. It's like, what the fuck? So that's my new thing at work is I'll just be like if somebody decides they want to give me shit for whatever reason about it, I'll just be like, well, Trump took credit for it, so I was like, well, I gotta take it, If it's got his fucking stamp of approval on it, I'm taking it. There's even people going as far as to say, like, Trump didn't actually get a vaccine, he got a saline shot, which is hilarious. Like, I just don't understand where their logic is coming from. Like, what purpose does that serve? Like, he got a saline shot for why? To make the liberals think that he got it. Okay, and who does that benefit?
He's trying to trick the liberals into getting the vaccine so they'd all be dead in a year. And if there are no liberals, then
here's my question.
Why
would the liberals get it if Trump got it? Like, they're not going, okay, Trump got it, I'm getting it now. So doesn't make any sense to me.
So now that it's mandatory, now that the FDA has approved it, because of that, like I guarantee there's gonna be an email sent out tomorrow saying that it's mandatory, like in the military. And
probably.
In our office of 20, I think there's 2 guys that don't have it. That's it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of talk of people like, who's gonna, like, I'm a part of this first class group on Facebook, and there's a bunch of people on there like, well, once this becomes mandatory, who's getting out? And we seen the thing about it being like FDA approved, and so it's 100% gonna be mandatory now. And those same 2 guys are like, well, I'll just get out. You're gonna end your 15, 18 year long career over a fucking
close
shot
to the fucking goal, and you can't just play the game for a couple more years
over a shot. Like,
yeah,
get the fuck out. One of the guys pulled out some fucking article from some crazy right-wing doctor who was like, the vaccine, I know the guy who made the vaccine, and he says that it doesn't work. And if you didn't die in the first 90 days, that you'll be dead within 4 years. And it's like, that is insane.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Like, that's not true. Like, there's blind studies. There's a bunch of shit you can read that support the fact that the vaccine does work. Just like we've talked on the show a bunch of times. Yeah. You get the flu vaccine every year, and you can still get the flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand this disconnect. There's people. Here's a bunch of scientific things that I've noticed that people don't understand. Number one, if you have COVID, you are not 100% saturated with COVID. Not every single cell in your breath has COVID in it.
Mm-hmm.
That just means it is in your system. There could be trace amounts, there could be more amounts, but you're not going to, every single droplet of breath that you breathe out has COVID. And this is the thing that people are getting confused when they talk about masks. They're like, oh, well, fucking air's escaping. It's not 100% effective. Not every fucking piece of your air has COVID in it, okay? You got to realize, like, I don't know if you ever watched this in school, but when I was in school, we had this, it was like a germ video, a shitty animated germ video.
Yeah.
It was about the cold spreading, and it was like this lime green fucking shit, and this person would like touch a doorknob, and then it would spread. And I think these people just like were like, that's how it works. Like, if they showed us that in school, every time you touch anything, all of the stuff from you that's left on that object is now saturated with whatever you're sick with.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand. So there's that. There's the vaccine where you can't get it. It's not a fucking a disease like a polio vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something like that. It's literally just to fight an infection that you may get. Like, it's to train your body to help fight something.
Yep.
That's all it is. That's all vaccines for seasonal and those kind of things like are. And then the fact that you could still get it. And the only reason that they say get the vaccine for transmission is, like I said before, a couple episodes back, they just want you to be able to, like, your body to be able to kill it quicker. So if you get the vaccine, that's what it's doing. It's not going, oh, COVID comes in and just, like, it's like those fucking birds in Signs where they fly into the invisible spaceship and they die. Like, that's not how it works. It comes into your system, and then your system fights it because it's been, indoctrinated with the vaccine,
Mm-hmm.
and then it kills it quicker. So, I don't know. Apparently, not many people paid attention in science class because I have zero science background, and I remember all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was like one of the memes that cracked me up when this all started. They're like, yeah, who do I trust? The guy who got kicked out of science class in 8th grade, or the doctor that's been studying this for 4 years?
Yeah.
And not only the doctor, the majority of doctors and medical professionals, probably 98, 99% worth. And then you get the fringe ones, and they're like, oh, this one guy agrees with my points, so all the other ones are wrong.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of, COVID stuff in relation to the pandemic, Biden has called to let jobless benefits expire despite the Delta surge coming up.
Yeah.
So, the $300 extra in unemployment benefits, which basically was the thing that people were like, oh, so you can just get unemployment and make more money than me while I'm working? And they're mad about that because for some reason they thought that people were always going to be on unemployment and always make more money than people working. Is ending by September 6th is the end date.
That's like right around the corner.
Mm-hmm. So
my question is, with them stopping the unemployment benefits, are they gonna like make it to where people have to get the? Because I understand, like, I have sympathy for people who honestly could not work and honestly were in a tight spot and like couldn't pay rent, shit like that. But I think it's crazy to me that there are, like, even now, in a lot of places, you can be months and months behind in rent right now, and they cannot kick you out.
Yeah.
Like that is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be like a buffer period. All right, cool. You can get a job again. All right, well, guess what? Now you have to start paying more money
All of
back
that, yeah.
to get caught up, or
Yeah,
they
to
can kick you the
balance it.
fuck out.
Yep.
Like obviously there should be some kind of like work, like they'll work with you to get their money.
Yeah.
But like if you're just like no, all right, well, cool, find somewhere else to live.
So this is only about the unemployment payments.
Yeah.
Not anything related to that. I haven't seen anything related to that anyway, but I agree that that's going to be a challenge because a lot of places that rent are like cold fucking blooded. Like I get it. And then also you got to take into account like the amount of shitbags that they probably have rented to that made them to that way. But
Yeah.
For them to just be like cold turkey. Oh, you owe us $5,000 now. Like,
What's what I'm saying? Like there needs to be some kind of like payment plan. Like all right, cool. For instance, your rent is $500 a month, but you're behind. Let's say 5,000.
$750 or something.
Yeah, like just boom. All right, cool. So in order to get you caught up, we're just gonna bump you up and rent a little bit to catch up what you owe. Once you're caught up, you're back to $500 a month.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. But if they're like, oh well, I'm not gonna pay that. Well, cool. You got fucking 30 days to figure your shit out.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come after you in court for the money you do owe, and you'll pay us eventually.
Yep. Yeah. That would be problematic for a lot of people, I imagine. I imagine there's some that were like maybe some cooler landlords that are probably just like
Debt forgiveness type deal. Yeah, I mean, so I get that, but I think
that's not going to be the majority, so I don't know how they're going to handle that.
But I think it should be up to like, if the company can handle doing that, whatever like manages that, I think that whatever. But
it's like a property manager or whatever.
Like it should be up to them to figure out some way forward. They shouldn't be able to just go pay us this money now or get out, but there should be some kind of workaround. Like
I'm sure there's probably stipulations in that in the verbiage of the whatever they put into effect that makes that rental deferment kind of but I don't know what it is specifically.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody gets it figured out. I can't obviously it's kind of like one of those things where it's like if you do decide to do that to people and like just be like, oh, you owe us this and we're not going to work with you at all, I feel like that's kind of like it's like almost as crazy as like a country saying, oh, well, we're just going to cold turkey not buy anything or sell anything to you, whatever. Like, that'll fuck everybody up. And the people that are getting kicked out are going to go and, like, raise hell to the masses on the internet. So the people renting will look bad. And so it'll, I don't know. It's almost like mutual assured destruction a little bit, but no, it's intense. So, Afghanistan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know what you've been hearing, I guess, but a lot of the things I've been hearing are from people. A lot of the people that I've been talking to have zero military background, so that's pretty fun when they're like, "Oh my God, Joseph Biden, he has messed up. Let me tell you." And then they tell me about all these war machines that the Taliban has taken from the Afghanistan army that we pretty much just left for the Afghanistan army. And I got this one guy sent me videos of like these Taliban dudes walking around a Black Hawk, and there's like pictures of Humvees and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, but it's not like we really leave the best equipment behind. Like I looked at the video of the Blackhawks. They don't even look flyable, honestly. Like there's one that's got a big hole in the front of it. What I know about the Humvees is they're a fucking pain in the ass to maintain. They break down pretty often, and if you don't have people who are trained and can order parts for them, it's not going to be really They're gonna go back to their Toyotas real quick.
Yeah, it's not feasible. Yeah.
And then that led me to a random thought I had, which is, do you think that the United States military only takes the shittiest things to other countries because they know that because like we're infamous as a country for leaving weapons and things behind when we leave.
Yeah.
It's more expensive to transport things back than it is to just get new shit.
Yep.
So why would we take all these old armament equipped vehicles with us? Like, why would we take all these old guns and shit? Like, so do you think that we just we just get shitty things because we know we're just gonna leave them everywhere?
I think people are focused on the wrong thing. The fact that we got all the Americans out.
Well, not
granted,
yet, but
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. But we've got a bunch of people out, and we're actively like, whatever. Like, fine, they got some shitty fucking.
Yeah.
They got some shitty aircraft, and they got like a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that we're worried about that. And my thing is like, it seems like every presidency, no matter which side you're talking about, always finds the most stupid shit to just bitch about.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
All this shit that they're blaming on Biden, like gas going up and shit like that, like, how is that? Like, the shit was already going up.
Yeah.
It was already going to go up before he took office. Had Trump stayed in office somehow, the gas prices would still be just as fucking high.
Yeah. If you look at the trend for, like, a lot of things people are pointing to is lumber prices, gas prices, and corn or agriculture, like different amounts of bushels prices. You can see they're trending upward, and then obviously there's like a dip ski in 2020, a little bit in some of the stuff, not everything, but like I was like, well, this is kind of like a bounce back a little bit on 2020 because I don't think A, people were buying as much, and B, I don't think companies were not every company was producing as much.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like, well, you can see right here that it's going up in 2020. I was like, okay, so then that just means it's trending upward. So this isn't Biden's fault then. Like, if it's going upward, then it was already starting to go upward before he
Yeah.
Like, so you just basically disproved your whole point of it being
Biden's fault. And the dip in 2020 wasn't because Trump was such a great president. It's because the goddamn country was shut down.
Yeah, nobody was doing anything. Most countries were not doing anything.
Yeah.
So,
and gas.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say gas shot up so fucking much because if you fucking remember, they stopped making oil because we weren't using gas.
Yeah, they cut it down to like 10% or 50% or something of what they were making.
Yeah. So now that there's a super high demand because the entire fucking world is back to working and driving and whatever else, guess what? They got to make more. To make more, it's got to cost more money.
Yeah.
Supply and demand. Come on.
People like to point at this Keystone pipeline that Biden put the kibosh on. I was like, first of all, it wasn't even functioning. Like, they were building it. They built part of it, like a little bit of it, but it wasn't like functioning, moving shit.
Yeah.
They're like, well, the companies that were building it are now like they're out so much money. I was like, well, maybe they could take money from all the government subsidies that they've been getting for the last fucking 50 years probably. Like, you're telling me none of that money that they get from the government can go to cover their loss on that? Fuck them. Like, I have no sympathy for oil companies. Like, they make so much money off of the government before they even like get paid for what we purchase in oil, crude oil, gas, all that stuff. Like, after it gets refined and everything, like, they make way more money than people think they do, and it's not just from $3 a gallon. Like, it's from other shit.
Because let's just say that pipeline was going to be done in 10 years, right? Because they got to build the whole thing first before they fucking start using it. Then they got to test it. So let's just say 10 years on a positive side, because I highly doubt it would. I think it would have taken longer probably.
Yeah.
That still wouldn't have saved the gas prices right now or for the next fucking 10 years. Like, think about it. If you're driving on the highway and they're doing highway construction, how long does fucking fixing the highway take? Fucking 5 or 6 goddamn years at least.
Yeah.
So that pipeline would not have fixed anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. People just like to bitch. So this Afghanistan thing reminds me of when we got Bin Laden.
Yeah.
There's this really lovely clip from The Daily Show that I watch fairly often. And this was still when Jon Stewart was hosting. And he talks about cognitive dissonance, which is two contradictory ideas in your head. And that's like a large part of the reason why you can't argue with people who are so entrenched in one side or the other. Like they don't have the ability to rationalize two different thoughts. So they're, but one of the examples he talks about is the Republican response to Obama killing or having killed one of the, the biggest enemies of the United States at the time, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a bunch of political pundits who are talking about, oh, well, he said he wasn't going to brag, but here he is doing this tour where he's talking about, we got him. And, like, there's another guy who's like, I don't think it was that hard of a call. Like, basically just negging the effort to kill Bin Laden. They're like, oh, you killed him, but you bragged about it, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, downplaying it.
And that's like, I think about that a lot when I'm reading a lot of these stories with Afghanistan. Like, number one, old Daddy Donald, he's the one who signed a peace treaty with the Taliban and was saying that we would have a removal of troops by 2021, or like in 2021. That was his plan. The people who are heads of military, like different military groups, they don't change every election cycle.
Yeah.
So that plan was still in effect when Biden took office. That plan is still the one that was planned back then. It's not like the only things that have changed are dates and people's understanding of how things work. So it's pretty funny. Like, oh, fucking, well, you shouldn't have withdrawn them that way. Well, how would you have done it, Mr. fucking political strategist? Oh, well, I would have done it slowly. Oh, you mean like removing almost fucking 8,000 of them over the past year? Oh, okay. So we were doing that. You just don't like the fact that we didn't do it slow enough, or should we have started earlier before Trump signed the thing? Or, like, how'd you want us to do it? Oh, we did start when he signed the thing. Okay, so you're just never fucking happy. One of the things that about this whole deal that I did find shitty was the Afghanistan military was pretty much abandoned by their leadership. Their president fucking fled to Dubai with $169 million in cash, reportedly. So there was some people who had claimed to witness 4 cars and a helicopter that were basically loaded with cash. And there's a bunch of cash left on the tarmac from the helicopter that he took off in.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's 100% true. It hasn't been, like, verified. Obviously, how are you going to verify that, though? You're going to ask him? No, I didn't do it. Oh, okay, cool. So there's some skepticism whether or not, this guy really gave 2 fucks. The Afghanistan military obviously hasn't been putting much of a fight up against the Taliban, largely in part because they felt that, like, they were abandoned. They weren't really, like, reportedly weren't getting resources that they needed ahead of time from their government. Like, they were talking, like, food rations, emergency supplies, all that stuff that they put in, like, said, hey, we're going to need this shit. Didn't get it. So then when the time finally came, homeboy fucking flew the coop. They're like, well, what the fuck? Why would we risk our lives if he's not even willing to fucking lead us, or some of their top military people weren't willing to do the things? Like, what the fuck? What are they gonna kill them, like, get themselves killed for,
Yeah.
And I get it, like, it's a shitty spot, and for people to be like, oh, well, we should have fucking done. Like, we still have people who are like, actively securing transportation for people from the Kabul air base. Like, there's still U.S. military members there making sure. Taliban has said, hey, we're going to let you guys get your people out of here because they don't want us fucking there anymore. What purpose does it serve for them to risk us coming back in? Because if they fuck up this transfer of people and we just come back in, that's not going to be fun for them. Like, they don't want that. So, it goes back to that mutually assured destruction kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
There was one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Oh. Fucking story cracks me up. Okay, so a village in Britain is on the hunt for a vandal who's been pouring beans on people's front doors and cars. So it's a very small village.
Yeah.
And in a rural area, right? And so they kind of enlist people, like citizens, to do foot patrols and stuff. And and I guess they got a report of beans being thrown at people's front doors, dumped on cars, just cans of beans laying all over the place. So there's a post from the from their Facebook page and says, "Good afternoon, Waverly. Local officers have received reports of incidents in Wanterish where beans and other food have been poured onto residents' front doors and cars overnight. The victims are understandably distressed by this unacceptable behavior. If something similar has happened to you or anything, or you know anything that could assist in identifying the person responsible, let us know." And there's just a bunch of pictures of like cars covered in beans being like thrown out in front. It's like the most like nondescript, like non-victim impacted like crime you can do. Like, you just wash your car, it's okay.
It just seems like a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah, 100%. But the fact that it was happening enough to where they had to like post on their social media to be like, hey, fucking watch out for the bean guys, okay?
That's like so I had like just joined, and I was on nights here in Virginia, and somebody gave me a grease pencil for whatever reason, and I don't know, I was a dumb airman. I was just like not paying attention. And what you'll notice, I mean, you've noticed it too probably in the military, people like to draw dicks for no reason. So I had a grease pencil, and I drew like a small dick right above the fucking hide gauges on the wheel wells. But I drew it on like fucking 8 or 9 aircraft because we were just outside, and they were like, no one knew what the fuck I was doing. I drew it on like 8 or 9 different jets, and like the first day, the like chief at the maintenance meeting like laughed about it, and then like by the third day, because they were still finding him, they were fucking hot about it. Like, stop drawing fucking dicks. And I, like, they're telling us that I didn't tell anybody in the shop that I did it, but like they're telling us this a pass down. They're like, stop, whoever's doing it. If you know who's doing it, tell them to stop. And like in my head, I'm just like, I did this shit one night, fucking like 5 days ago.
Continuously, it just happened one time. It's hilarious. Oh man, I love it.
And plus, it was just grease pencil, so literally you just wipe it off.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you see it, just go, and then whatever.
It's like it never happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was out there carving him in with a knife.
Yeah.
That'd
like
be
doing
shitty.
stickers.
Oh shit! Like zapping.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. It reminds me of the story. There was a guy going around and putting like Vaseline on his butt and pressing it against storefront windows. Yeah. I don't remember where it was from, but which is hilarious. Like on storefront windows, I think he was doing on windshield of cars too. Like butt print bandit or something. Butt print bandit. Oh. In Nebraska. Funny. Butt bandit gets 13 months in jail. Greasy imprints of his butt on storefronts and cars. That's fucking hilarious.
I'm changing my gamer tag right now. As soon as we get done with the show, changing it to the butt print bandit.
Man. Oh, this guy was 35 when he got caught too.
Oof. Well, that sucks.
8 misdemeanor counts of public indecency and disturbing the peace. That's
Oh
all
man.
I got today, sir.
Yeah. Well, on a better note, if you love Mountain Dew, since we talked about it last week, I found some other cool, interesting Mountain Dew stories because Mountain Dew's making moves.
Big moves.
Big moves. All right. If you love Mountain Dew and you love Applebee's,
Oh,
um,
it's like
right
a
now,
very slim combo.
right now, Mountain Dew has an exclusive flavor only at Applebee's, and it's called Mountain Dew Dark Berry Bash. And it's just a blue raspberry drink, essentially, a blue raspberry Mountain Dew.
Interesting.
Yeah. In other Mountain Dew related news, I guess I didn't know about this, but I guess a couple months back, or like during 2020, Mountain Dew had released Mountain Dew Cake Bash.
Oh.
And a lot of people, I guess people who did have it said it was good, but then they stopped making it.
Oh.
Well, if you're one of those people who was like, "Oh man, I really wanted this," then apparently you can enter into a sweepstakes. It's called the Do-Over Sweepstakes. You just go to Mountain Dew on Twitter, and you follow them, and you'll be entered in to win, or you do hashtag sweepstakes, and you'll be entered to win 2 cans of Mountain Dew Cake Smash, and 3 lucky people will also win a do-over party fund of $1,000.
Wait,
which,
so
if we're being honest, I'd rather have $1,000
Yeah,
than 2
what the
cans
fuck?
of Mountain Dew.
is it 2 cans or 2 cases?
It says 2 cans.
Well, that's fucking lame.
Yeah.
It must be collector's items, I guess, but
Well, they were limited edition. They didn't run them. They like ran them for a short period of time, and then.
you could probably sell those on eBay though.
Oh, I bet you can go right now on eBay, and yeah,
What's it
buy,
called?
like Mountain Dew Cake Bash or Cake Smash. Cake Smash. My bad.
Well, right now they're not going for that much, but you got $30, you could get some.
There you go.
Yeah. $14.98. This guy's got one unopened. Anyway, continue.
So that's it for my Mountain Dew news.
I hope Mountain Dew keeps doing stuff so we can just have a Mountain Dew news segment, like just every
week. Yeah, right.
Here's what's going on Mountain Dew today.
In other maybe depressing news, if you're into this kind of stuff, if you pay for your porn, then you're probably upset. But OnlyFans is moving to, let's see what, starting on October 1st. They're gonna ban sexually explicit content. So if your next door neighbor who has an OnlyFans and you're like, dude, I like seeing her naked, well, it's going away.
Well, you'll still be able to see her naked. You just won't be able to see her getting railed out by her gigantic boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I got you right here. Actual or simulated sexual intercourse. Yeah. No oral. Dang.
Yeah.
No masturbation. So just straight up Playboy
nudes.
style pictures.
Yeah. Can't even
telling
go
you.
in the hustler fucking range.
Go back to Pornhub.
Yep. I get what they're doing, but like at the same time, you literally just shit on the entire base that made your website what it is. Like, it's so weird. It's like Tumblr, like when Tumblr did that great exodus of sexual content.
Oh,
but
dude.
Tumblr went hard, and they were like, any tits gone.
Yeah.
Like, that OnlyFans is like, well, we'll let you keep boobs and stuff, but for now, I guess, like, who knows? They could change it later and be like, nope, no tits.
Well, I had read another article, and I can't find it now, that it had something to do with the people that accept, like, something to do with like their payment stuff, like the way they accept money, and those companies were having an issue. So essentially, like, it sounds like almost like their board of directors, even though that's probably not how OnlyFans runs.
Yeah.
They were the ones having an issue with how crazy their site was, and so OnlyFans was like back, like gearing down away from that because of it to keep the cash flow in. Because I guarantee there's still going to be plenty of people.
Oh yeah.
Especially like, famous people who do it.
Yeah, you can literally do anything on OnlyFans. I was having this thought the other day. If you're a whether you be an influencer or a actress or something of that nature, and you're like, man, so many people want to see me naked. Here's what I think the perfect fucking plan is. You get in like just crazy, 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 your ideal, like what you think your perfect like look is, right?
Right.
And then just get a bunch of fucking pictures taken, and you don't release them, and you have them
Ooh.
in like a vault, and you like, here's what you do. You kind of like build the anticipation, and get people like, oh shit. And then by the time you reach to where you're not in that kind of like, not shape, but like you're not at the peak of what people were like, oh shit, this like 2014 Megan Fox. Well, Megan Fox anytime, but you know what I mean? Like they're like, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then you've built enough like anticipation, and then you're like, bam, for only $200 you can have all of the pictures I've ever taken, and you make it like OnlyFans, which I don't think you could like. The only way you could get pictures off of OnlyFans is like screenshotting them and stuff. I think they have the same thing that Instagram and several other things where you can't like save the pictures.
Oh yeah.
I think you have to do something like that. Where
Hell,
you, like,
even some sites won't let you screenshot stuff.
yeah, a lot of like photography like websites, like there's a couple wildlife photographers that I follow on Instagram, and like I'll go to their pages because I'm like, oh, that looks like a cool picture, and maybe I want to like draw it or something, and I can't like save it. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is just a wolf, dude. Like you're not cool. Fucking let me fucking have it.
All right. And then finally, to round out the show, something you've all been waiting for: Billboard Top 200, but only the top 10. Actually, yeah, fuck it. All right, number 1, Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Number 2, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo.
She's fucking holding steady right there.
Yeah. Number 3, King's Disease 2 by Nas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Something like that.
Number 4, Fuck Love by the Kid Laroi. Number 5, Planet Her by Doja Cat. She's still up there too. She's been holding in the top 5.
So's Kid Laroi.
Yeah. Number 6, Dangerous, the double album. Morgan Wallen.
He's still fucking hanging in there too.
I'm not sure what this means. But number 7, All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. But it says re-enter, so I'm not sure if like he came from like not in the 200.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it
He's
says something.
super dead, so.
Oh well, there you go.
Must be a re-release or something.
Oh, okay, probably that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Number 8, The Voice of the Heroes, Little Baby and Little Dirk. Number 9, Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. And then number 10, Hall of Fame, Polo G.
Yeah,
And I have no clue. Oh, wait. There it is. Number 16, A Gangsta's Pain.
Hey.
Moneybag Yo.
Moneybag Yo. Hey, baby. Speaking of top 10 music things, I finished Dave last night. I'm kind of emotional about it, honestly.
So,
if I'm being realistic.
I didn't like the second season as much as the first season, but but the season finale of season 2, I was like, damn, all right.
Well, yeah, the last couple episodes were pretty fucking good. The Smooth Dave one freaked me out, but
yeah. I was like, yo, you look terrible without hair.
That is fucking frightening.
This shit, he's so fun, dude. Like, I imagine he's probably super cool to hang out with, because like that right there was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, what's happening right now?
Dude, that song he wrote about his ex, dude. Right? And then he kept playing it off like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it was. Like, yo, dude, come on.
Yeah, like it wasn't torturing him from the inside.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, and then like, so he's got that song Molly, right? But, which is, like, this is like the fictional version of it, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's a completely different song. And so I was like, bitch, you better release that shit. Like, make myself sad.
I wonder if he's gonna do that eventually, like go through and like release those songs that he has done on the show just
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, I
like
would. Why
like
not?
a Dave the show, like Dave the
Yeah.
series soundtrack.
Yeah. I saw a video the other day, or last night, I guess. This guy had meshed the scenes because that's the piano from that song is the
Mm-hmm.
same piano from the song when he was fucking around with his girlfriend, like with the auto tune in
Yeah.
the first season. Like that's that same chord progression.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so they had meshed those scenes together. They like sandwiched it in a weird, cool way.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, oh shit, like they could fucking release this, and it was like I would be like, oh man. Tell people about our friends.
Oh yeah. If you like us, you should check out Kicking It with the Kellys, the Remedy Room, No New Friends podcast, and then of course Dutch and Denver podcast.
Yep.
That's all of our friends.
I should really start putting this at the front of the episode so people hear it first. But don't forget to review us on iTunes, like and subscribe on the YouTubes. Kicking out, the weekly videos, leave comments and stuff, kill the algorithm, put us in the faces of people. Because if you don't want to share us with your friends, then maybe you want to share us with strangers. I don't, whatever
That's
you're
better.
into.
Yeah.
Once again, follow the Linktree in our description, and then that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah! All right, peace out, bitches. And suck less tomorrow.
Tip your bartender.